that the Liberal Party would win this election. That's called the Trump effect right there. So Prime Minister Carney will stay the prime minister at least for another period of time. I'm not sure when the next elections will be. We'll see what type of coalition, is formed there depending on the results. But the Canadian voters seem, though, universally to hate Donald Trump. We heard a lot of things like this from Canadian voters. Here, play this clip.
I think who I voted for would be the best to take care of Trump, because Trump is, I'm sorry to say, an ass, and he shouldn't even be president of the United States. But because he is, we need a strong person so that we could stand strong.
Yeah, and look, Donald Trump is a wrecking ball to the world order. He's screwing over the United States, worst of all. You see this from freight waves. We've been geeking out on the freight and trucking volume data here on the Midas Touch Network now for what? Ever since Trump declared Liberation Day, which is really Liquidation Day, Great Depression Day, Recession Day, whatever you want to call it. We've been really focused on freight volumes because I wanted to see, are the ships leaving the ports of Shanghai and coming to Long Beach? Are they leaving from other ports in China and heading to the West Coast? And when I see that stopping, it means that products aren't going to reach our shelves. That means we're going to be missing products and things that we need here in the United States. That means scarcity is coming. So Donald Trump can say things are great, but the big hit, the way I've described it, is like in a tsunami where the shoreline, it goes, pulls back and pulls back and pulls back. It recedes. And then the tsunami hits. Like, that's what's happening right now. And when Donald Trump says it's a miracle, things are great, tariffs are both the greatest thing in the world and they're going to make us rich, according to Donald Trump. But also, he's working on all of these deals to get rid of the tariffs, and he's using it as leverage. None of it makes sense because it's all a big fraud. The same way Trump's been a fraud, a felon, sexual abuser his whole life, or most of his life. That's what he's doing right now. The fraud and abusive personality, fraud and just the lies. Here, this is from Freight Waves. No way we can make up for the 30 to 60% lost volumes from China via other countries due to tariffs, said Miller. Unless the 145% China tariffs are dropped very soon, I don't see a scenario where this could take place. China and Trump aren't even talking. As at least of this recording, he's no deals Donald. He hasn't been able to make a deal with even places where there were no tariffs, even places where there was trade surpluses, he hasn't been able to make a deal with like South Korea. He hasn't announced the deal with Japan yet. He hasn't been able to make a deal with Australia. He hasn't been able to make a deal with Europe. He blew up actual trade deals that existed that were benefiting the U.S. Donald Trump can act like we were getting screwed. We were being taken advantage of. No, we weren't. America was leading the world. Capital infusions from the world went into America. America was viewed as the safest, most stable economy. We were winning. We were number one under former President Biden, objectively. And now we're losing objectively. This from the Wall Street Journal. So Donald Trump to soften the blow of automotive tariffs. Companies paying Trump's car tariffs won't also be charged for other levies based on what Trump's going to be announcing. Ahead of Donald Trump's to Michigan today, he's heading to Michigan for a rally outside Detroit where he's just going to lie about everything. He's announcing that he will be softening the automotive tariffs. But you claim that they're working and they're making us rich. So why would you soften something that's making us rich unless you're just a fraud, which is what he is? You see this moment where Speaker of the House, MAGA Mike Johnson, was asked by CNN, why is the American public souring on Trump's policies? Here, play this clip.
I'm not worried at all. I just had a great meeting with the president at the White House, and he's in good spirits. We talked about the upcoming races, the midterm elections, and we're very bullish on it.
Why is the American public souring on his policies?
Listen, these are presidential terms or roller coasters sometimes. There's been a little tumult in the markets with the tariff policy and all of that, but I think all this is settling out.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's why, because it's a roller coaster, MAGA Mike. That's the reason. It's a roller coaster. No, it's because people hate him, because he's destroying the American dream. He's destroying America's economy. He's destroying our alliances. I know that you know that I had some pretty bad allergies. I'd read them in the comments, and you said, Ben, you got to do something about it. So I did. I got Allermy. This podcast is sponsored by Allerme. Are your allergies overwhelming you like they were overwhelming me? Allerme has the first and only custom nasal spray to treat your specific symptoms as they treated mine. Standard meds don't work for everyone, and specialists are hard to find. Accessible, affordable, and effective allergy care from Allerme means you're free to do what you love to do all year long without allergies getting in the way. Don't spend another allergy season suffering after completing a quick online consultation that's reviewed by Allerme's medical team. They will formulate your unique spray. They'll send you a custom allergy kit with a moisturizing saline spray and your custom super spray for fast relief that's tailored to you. One of my favorite parts about being an Allerme patient is their app. On-demand expert care is very helpful when I need it. Allerme's Energy Kit is so easy to use. Just a few sprays and I'm done. Plus they deliver it directly to me. And again, one of the things I like about it too is it's prescription strength. It's FDA approved, and it means you get medication that you can trust that really works. I want to just give you our discount code if I can. You head to allerme.com and you use the code Midas. You get 60% off your order. Once again, that's Allerme. And then you use our code Midas for 60% off. And you'll get the promo code Midas so they know I sent you. ALLERMI.com. Use the code Midas for 60% off your order. One more time, allerme.com. ALLERMI.com, and use the code Midas. Did you see this, by the way? Donald Trump posted the following on April 27th. He goes, "Thank you to my wonderful friends in Michigan. It's going to be great to be here today. We're doing great, blah, 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 blah." That was in advance of him showing up to Michigan today for this rally that he's going to do. Who the heck knows what this rally is even going to be about? It's going to be insane. Lie after lie. Of course, we'll cover it here on the Midas Touch Network. Oh, and by the way, make sure you check out the virtual governor's town hall I'm hosting tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on our YouTube channel. I'll be hosting it live. We got 4 Democratic governors. We talk about it on our community page. Check it out. It's going to be an incredible virtual town hall. While all of this is going on too, though, I want to mention this. The right-wing influencers like Benny Johnson and others are saying that all of the polls that show that Donald Trump is underwater, they're all fake polls. They're saying they're all psyops, and that they're not real polls. The Fox poll, the Pew Research, the Reuters Ipsos poll. They're saying, they claim all of them are psyops. All of them are false. Every single one they go, which is just utterly ridiculous. What were they doing at the White House yesterday? Well, they had new media show up, and this is like their priorities, what they were talking about. And they were talking about getting rid of truckers who don't speak English and getting rid of Uber drivers in Florida who don't speak English. Like, here was a class right here. Here was a question right here that was asked. It wasn't even a question. It was like a weird statement by this right-wing influencer person. They were like, "Well, I just want to let you know that my Uber drivers in Florida don't only speak English. Thank you, Trump. You did this." Here, play this clip.
An accessible presidency in American history. So with that, let's kick it off. And I'm happy to take your question first, Aaron.
So much, Caroline, both for having us and for granting me the first question here.
Sure.
And I can attest to the deportations in Florida. My Uber drivers finally speak English again, so thank you for that. But my question for you is, what are the administration's plans for those who continue to defy the executive orders? Most notably, on my mind, are the ones related to what some would call trans men. I would call men masquerade as trans women, which are men masquerading as girls in girls' sports.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Obey federal law, or you will be prosecuted. Obey federal law, and you could see your federal funding cut. Whether you are a college or a university, we have seen the president, again, using the leverage of this administration and to negotiate deals with some of the biggest colleges and universities in this country. And if they don't want to come to the negotiating table to apologize for the federal laws they have broken, to apologize for allowing Jewish American students on our nation's campuses to be unlawfully bullied and harassed, then there's going to be consequences for that illegal behavior.
Like, what in the world are they even talking about? And this is Caroline Levitt bragging about making sure truckers only speak English. Here, play this clip.
And then the third executive order, which actually speaks to the heart of your question earlier about the Uber drivers, will be a order directing the Department of Transportation to include English literacy tests